Hello there, everybody. My name is Renee. I need your help with my project so I can help you to decide if you want to live comfortably in France, in a small house, or later on in a castle. Yes, I'm reading this for my notes. This is my first time ever video, and I'm nervous. I'm a nervous wreck. It ain't easy. But before all that, who am I? And where do I stand? Right now, I'm scared. It's today, Wednesday, December 24th. 2025. And there is still something wrong with the world today. And I do know what it is. Thank you, Steven Tyler and the band Aerosmith, for those lines in the song Living on the Edge. There's more mongering going on, and I'm starting this awareness company for the long run and long after I'm gone to the other side. Speaking of war, listen to the song. I have a total of 6 songs for you. If you want to listen to them, great. They help me to explain who I am. The artist is Edwin Starr, and the song is titled War. Written and composed by Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong. One of those bloodthirsty lowlifes for war is Mark Rutte. Head of NATO, he was a Prime Minister of Holland for far too long and did a horrible job of leading 16 million people. And now he wants the whole of Europe and dragging the US into a war with the Russians. Do you will die for him? Do you want to? He will not stand next to you on the battlefield and yell, "Hold the line!" This man has no soul, conscience, morals, or gives a shit about others. When he was questioned by members of Congress in the Dutch Parliament, he never had any recollection, no notes, couldn't remember what he said, etc., all the time. This man has invented the devil. He sell the bones of his dead relatives, murder his wife, and rape his children, and get away with it. Now I hear you say, "You got a lot of balls, boy, to say that." Well, I'm Dutch, and so is he. And in Holland we still have, for now at least, freedom of speech. So for me, I'm talking just to another asshole from Holland. And this cocksucker wants this war and get us all killed. Now, this puppet Rutte is also a good member. He's also a member of the NATO and a puppet for Brussels. The perfect person. And an important side note, I have no problem with the Belgian city of Brussels or Belgium itself at all. We are a peaceful neighboring country. Let's go back to the Benelux, which stands for Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. Now, the leaders in the UA, Brussels, with a couple of exemptions like Viktor Orban from Hungary, I love goulash, by the way, has the balls to stand up and pursue for peace. Instead, England and France, two nuclear powers, think they can beat Russia. They might. But do we want to find out? Those two forget that the Russians also have multiple red buttons. And if all the red buttons are pushed, there will be no winners. Because the bullet will not stop at your private property line. And the rocket will ignore your no trespassing signs. And I'm not even speaking about the nuclear fallout or radiation that will affect all life on Earth, no matter where you live on this blue planet. And with the meeting with the President of America, Mr. Trump, in Washington, D.C., they all said, "Oh, let's stop the killing." And now, a few weeks later, we are preparing for war. Just stop putting gas on the fuel, and it will go out. And Here's the inspiration song for this video, Give Peace a Chance by John Lennon and Yoko Ono. What we will have after this war is more lakes, deep ones too, where the cities like London, Paris, Lyon, Manchester, Marseille once were, and Holland will be given back to the sea. It will no longer exist. Now, as long as you believe the stories of those two roasters, so with their foolish pride and stupid egos, we were asked to forget the real war in all of Europe that's already happening right now and every day. And NATO is a defense force, an agreement, as it is, not a striking force, does nothing about, is illegal immigration. We need the military and the taxpayers' money to protect us and not sacrifice the lives of our military and spend our tax money in a third world war. And if the EU will or cannot stop the illegals from coming in, which I have a solution for, and will stop this invasion, that's what it is, in an hour, if it takes that long. This invasion is immense. How will the EU stop the Russians from coming in if they cannot even defend our borders now? They feed us history from ancient times and Rome, give the people bread and games instead of solving domestic problems. Now I hear you say, those illegals are people too. Yes, they are. But they come in illegal and have therefore no rights. Now, if you come in the legal way and contribute to the economy, no problem. And if you disagree with me, which is your right, talk to the people whose daughters, wives have been raped, sons has been killed, houses are broken into, cars are stolen, afraid to go out, or say what they stand for. And hear and listen to them, what they have to say. Now, those roosters in London and Paris lost all common sense. Now I'm not afraid of roosters. I love coq au vin. But the one in Paris frightens me the most. This rooster, coq in the French language, and I'm speaking to you in English, so I will call him coq, is not even capable of getting his own country out of debt and domestic economic problems. But it's giving billions of euros to Brussels and Ukraine. And from his high horse, his head is in the clouds, and therefore cannot read the history books, who tells us that Napoleon and Hitler both lost the war against the Russians. And let's not forget the German leader either. He thinks the third time will be lucky. He wants to die. He wants us to die for him. For the foolish pride, stupid egos. Now remember, nothing changes until you make it change. Talk to a World War veteran or family members who have been in that war and ask if they liked it. My father, for example, never forgot the day the German soldiers stormed into the house where his parents lived, and as a kid, he was 4 years old. He still sees those Germans bursting the door down, walking into the rooms. My grandmother, same thing, only she was an adult at that time. My grandfather carried the shrapnel pieces out of his arm from the bombs they dropped on Rotterdam in the wallet for the rest of his life in his wallet. Imagine that. Every day you get confronted with it. As for World War II veterans, I met several of them in my life, and thank them all for their liberation of Europe. There is one man who I never forget and ever will forget. I didn't get his name, but I was living in the US at the time and I was selling Christmas trees in Asheville, North Carolina. I get off script now because this is a true story.